Hey guys, how's it going? Billy here, coming at you with a very, very long overdue um, vinyl update. So there's going to be some grails in here. There's going to be some metal, rock, country, hip hop, and there's going to be some VCLT in here as well. So like I said, this is all kind of just a hodgepodge. I'm going to try and keep it under 30 minutes. Let's
All
go.
right,
Start off with
let's start.
Grail. This album has been on my list forever. Love this album. Love Little Feat. Uh, Dixie Chicken and this MoFi have been just kind of I haven't been able to track it down. That's what I'm looking for. Those are the words I'm looking for. Have not been able to track down a affordable copy in the condition that I want. This thing, I think it was pressed in like 2008, 2009, something like that, if I'm not mistaken. But they quickly sold out and are getting harder and harder and harder to find. Was able to pick this one up. Not only is it a beautiful mint copy, but it's a promotional copy as well. So you can see right there, came directly from MoFi, uh, promo copy, um, no number, perfect. Love this album. Was stoked, absolutely stoked to finally add that one to the collection. We'll just get a couple of these grails out of the way. While I did the live, it's probably been a month or two ago with Dylan at Noble Records. He actually showed this Towns Van Zant, Sunshine Boy, and I was able to finally track one down at a very, very reasonable price, still sealed. For now, it's going to remain sealed. I think I just may keep this sealed. So what this is unheard studio sessions of demos from '71 and '72. Just a bunch of great stuff there. It's got a slight little tear in the shrink, but a bunch of outtakes, really great songs. Um, I'm torn whether I want to open this or keep this thing sealed. Odds are I won't listen to it a whole lot, and if I want to listen to it, I can always just listen to it digitally. This thing, Grail Alert, awesome. Thank you for letting me know that that was even available, Dylan. I had no idea. It was a record store day release from 10, 12 years ago. Um, then I picked up some of these things that I picked up. Those were just a couple recent pickups. I haven't picked up hardly anything since in the last 2 months since this whole shutdown. So a lot of this stuff came prior to that. Um, I picked up the Vinyl Me Please reissues of Megadeth's Peace Cells and Rest in Peace. So these, I believe these are the Vinyl Me Please reissues. I think that's the name. I got the name right there. The limited edition colored pressings. This one, Peace Cells being on purple, and Rest in Peace being on blue. They used the what were they? The Vault, the Capitol Vault pressings. So those sound exactly the same as the Vault pressings that came out well, 4 or 5 years ago, probably. The exact same mix, the exact same pressing, probably the same stampers even, because it sounds exactly the same. Really good sounding pressing and colored vinyl on that. A couple new things that I picked up here from my buddy Colin at Trusty Chords Records in Edwardsville. The Twisted Sister, Stay Hungry, Mobile Fidelity release that came out a few weeks ago, and I had pre-ordered that through Colin at Trusty Chords, and he delivered one of these for me, and I also picked one up for Brandon, Mr. Hall of Fame, and at the same time, he actually brought me uh, this Jason Isbell and the 400 unit reunions. Very, very cool thing that Jason did with all this going on. And Jason has always taken care of independent record stores. So he made this an independent exclusive. So if you ordered this from your independent record store, you got this limited edition art print of his 59 Les Paul. And there's the album here. Fantastic, fantastic album. Credits. But you got it not only a week early. So this thing dropped on the 15th, but you not only got it on the 9th. So you got it on the 9th. You got it a week early, but you got this Dreamsicle colored vinyl, which was an indie record store exclusive. So you got the pretty cool Dreamsicle colored vinyl, as well as getting it a week early. I thought that was awesome. Jason's always done great things to keep the indie stores, shop local. And in addition to Colin dropping those things off, he also gave me this. Cuban Missiles. This is his punk band. This is their EP that they put out. Gosh, I don't know the year, but man, I listened to it. It's really, really good. When they come for us, we'll be gone. So thank you for that, Colin. Awesome, awesome stuff. And then one or two more things. So these are the only two things that I've ordered recently. Was able to get the New Testament, Titans of Creation, and I got the Fire Element. Awesome! Look at how beautiful that isn't that gorgeous, man? What a great album! Just absolutely killer. Spinning this thing, can't get enough of this lately. Killer album. They have a Fire Element that I just showed you, and then there's I believe a Water Element, which is a blue. And then this one finally showed up. I ordered this one quite a while back. Huey Lewis and the News, their new release, Weather. Haven't even opened it up yet. It just came from Amazon yesterday or the day before. And it took forever. It took like a month to get this, 3 to 4 weeks to get this. But I can't wait. I'm stoked too. I'm going to open that up today and spin that one today. So there is all the new stuff. Now let's just show some of the older stuff that I went through. So this was actually a birthday present from my mother-in-law. This is the Vinyl Me Please. I believe these are, Vinyl Me Please Essentials. So the first, I think they packaged the first 3 Townes Van Zandt albums, and they did them on a limited pressing. So here's For Sake of the Song. I don't even remember. It's been so long since I opened these up, what color these are. But some of these are on Tiger Eye. Some of these are on like a purple or a blue. But they're limited to, I want to say, 1,000 or 1,500. So here is self-titled Townes Van Zandt on its 50th anniversary, as well as Our Mother the Mountain. These are all the 50th anniversary from 69 to 2019. So I got these. I guess these must have came out in November or December. So they're the Vinyl Me Please Essentials. There you go. They must have came out in November or December of 2019. And my mother-in-law actually got them for me for my birthday, which was in January. Finally, adding this one to the collection, Steve Earle, Sean Colvin, the Colvin and Earle album. This was just one that I had wanted from the time it came out, just hadn't really picked it up. You have so many other things that you end up getting. Great album. These two were great together. Love that one. Kid Rock's Greatest Hits. I have a couple of his other albums, but just wanted to get this one. Good stuff. Fun stuff to put on, listen to. And then I am actually trying to complete my Taylor Swift. These are the limited edition. There you go. You can see those. Some of these were available through Record Store Day. Some of these were available through Taylor's website, but they're all colored vinyl, limited releases, and super hard to find, and beginning to get super expensive. There's Speak Now. can see. There we go. So that one is limited to 7,000, which I believe 3,500 are U.S. pressings, 3,500 are UK pressings. Here is Red. Great, just a great album. All this stuff is awesome. There's the other one, 7,000. So the first, you can see that's number 1190. I think again, the first 3,500 were U.S. The last 3,500 were UK. And her latest, Lover. Love this album. Great, great album. And this is the, I don't know if it's an indie exclusive or a Target exclusive, but it's pink and blue. So you get this pink and this blue. Really, really cool. And then that leaves me with only needing 1989, which unfortunately I don't think I'll ever find. Those things have just gotten so expensive. It's such a great, great album. I love that album. But it was a record store day release from a few years back that I didn't end up getting and haven't ever seen one since. So I need the 1989, and then I need Reputation, which was an orange pressing. They have recently redone a picture disc on that, but I want the orange. I'm holding out for the orange pressing of that. So yeah, 1989 and Reputation. If any of you guys have any of those, let me know. I'd be more than happy to maybe work out a trade, or if we can come to some sort of an agreement, a fair price. But those are the two that I need. Let's see, what else do I have here? Oh, the new Pink, which isn't so new anymore. Like I said, a lot of these things were things that I picked up quite some time ago. It's a long overdue recording. This is such a great album. Of course, songs like Hurts to Be Human, Love Me Anyway, the duet with Chris Stapleton. Good stuff. Now let's jump into some hip hop here. Some of these were these Respect the Classics, the essential reissues. Public Enemy, Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back. Great stuff. Now some of these had those lenticular covers on them, which I took them off. They just pop right off, and I slid them inside. So here is another Public Enemy, Fear of a Black Planet, which I actually have an OG copy of this, but wanted to get the reissue as well. Such a great album. These were some of the ones that had the lenticular covers. Ice Cube's Death Certificate, great stuff. Like I said, this has no Vaseline. Another one from Ice Cube, Lethal Injection. There we go. Get that glare off there. Good stuff. Yeah, so those of you that may not know, these albums that have those lenticular or 3D covers on the front, some people love them, some people hate them. I'm in the group that hates them. They're just attached with like 4 little dots of rubber cement. You know, the little almost like boogers. Pop right off. Throw the rubber cement away. Just be careful when you're popping it off that you don't damage the cover. And you've got a real nice cover underneath there. And then inside you can either frame up the artwork, the lenticular piece, or just put it inside like I did. Reissue of Dr. Dre's Chronic 2001. Man, what a banger of an album this was when this came out. You know, songs like Forgot About Dre, Still DRE, Big Egos, Explosive, What's the Difference Between Me and You, The Next Episode. This is awesome. I may even like this one more than the first release, The Chronic. This album meant a lot to me and still does. So glad to have that reissue. NWA, 100 Miles and Running. This was another one of those Respect the Classics that they put out with the lenticular cover. And of course, NWA for Life. Not the best, but you know, you got to have it. You know, if you're if you got your Straight Outta Compton, other stuff, why not have this? There you go. Moving right along, trying to keep this fast, guys, because I didn't want it to be a 30 or 40 minute video, and I've got a lot a lot to talk about. Bruce Springsteen, The Promise. So glad to have this. This is a 2010 OG pressing. Of course, this is three or four LPs. Um, no, 3 LP set. So it's the lost sessions of Darkness on the Edge of Town. Holy smokes! What a phenomenal. Springsteen's such a great artist, and this is awesome. Glad to finally add that one to the collection. The new Megan Trainor. This one was really nice. It's got a beautiful cover. It's like a foil cover. You can't really there you can see a little bit of the reflection there. That's not just the glare. That's actually uh, a foil base that this cover is printed on. But this is her newest release, Treat Myself. There you go. Now you can see the foil reflection. And this is on a beautiful, they call it a pearl. It's just a white, if we're being honest. And I've heard some people say that white vinyl is the noisiest, and it could be. I think Scott Waters actually had mentioned that last night in our live. But I didn't notice anything. This album sounds great. This album sounds really good. Let's see. Here were a couple other things that I picked up at Trusty Chords Records. Back in January, I think it was, before I even left to go to spring training, and just now getting around to showing them. This is an OG copy of Prince Purple Rain. Very nice, excellent to near mint copy all the way around. Still in shrink with I wish the price sticker hadn't been torn off. I wish it was still complete, but the hype sticker, all there, poster, everything complete on this. Glad to add that one to the collection. Thank you for that, Colin. And then the Cult, Love. This is just a gorgeous copy of this. The last, my other copy that I had was a beater. Just banged up, had been used, abused, and loved. Great album here. And then this is one that kind of caught my eye at Trusty Chords back in January, I think. This is Mike Zito and Friends, a tribute to Chuck Berry. And I picked this one up not only because I'm being here from St. Louis, we love Chuck Berry, but some of the artists on here, Richard Fortus, who is a St. Louis product, he does a cover of Maybelline. Let's see, who else was on here? Oh, Anders Osborne from the Osborne Brothers does a great cover of Memphis. Of course, Joe Bonamassa does Wee Wee Hours. Some really good stuff on here. These are getting hard to find. This is pressed in Germany. Great stuff. If you like the blues, rock and roll, definitely check this one out. Really good stuff. Then I want to move right along here to some VCLT. I want to thank you guys for sending me these VCLT packages over the last couple of months. You know, it's been tough for a lot of us. I haven't worked since March 13th, and you guys have, so obviously all this stuff that I've been showing, aside from those first couple things, were things that I had purchased long before this whole COVID came about. But you guys have been great in just keeping my spirits up, sending some VCLT packages. It means the world. Your friendship and support always means the world, but especially during these times whenever a lot of us aren't able to go out and buy the vinyl that we normally would be buying. It's nice to get those packages in the mail every now and then. And you guys, I've reached out to all of you. You know how special you are to me, and I just want to show these things off real quick. So I want to start off with a package that my buddy Jared, Backwoods Metal, sent me this. He ended up getting some a rock and roll collection from somebody, a family member, I think it was, quite some time ago, and he had this was in there. This is an actual Robert Ludwig hot mix of Led Zeppelin 2. It has a couple scuffs on the vinyl itself, but it plays VG Plus. It sounds really good. And you guys can see that the cover is VG Plus. I mean, Jared, you have no idea, brother, how much this means to me. I know we send each other stuff all the time, but this is this means a lot, brother. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for that. Um, in addition to that, in the same package, he sent me another one that I had been wanting forever, and this is Wasp, the Crimson Idol. This is actually the blood red uh, limited edition pressing from Germany, the German pressing from 2012, I want to say. There you go, blood red vinyl, the crimson red. But man, what a great album! This is one of those albums that I got into late, and Jared had shown this a few years back on his on his channel, and he had an extra copy and was ever so gracious to send it to me. Thank you so much for that, brother. I really appreciate that. Um, and then he also sent me this. This is the Down EP. This is one that like 2 of 4, something like that. I can't remember, but I think it's down the EP number 2. God, I love these guys. Great stuff and a fantastic EP. So thank you for that, Jared, as well. In addition to that stuff, Jared also sent me some really cool um, vinyl record coasters, drink coasters, as well as a handful of country cassettes that I've already filed. But there was some George Strait and some George Jones, Randy Travis. Thank you, Conway Twitty. Thank you so much for that, Jared. You don't know how much that stuff means. And then last week I got a package out of the blue, a surprise package from my friend Melinda Murphy, and Melinda sent me this Slayer South of Heaven picture disc. Look, how awesome is that? That is so cool. I can't wait to get this framed. Of course, being a picture disc, it's going to sound like crap anyway, but it's kind of scuffed up and banged up, but it looks great. It's going to display well on the wall. Melinda, thank you so much for this. That is awesome. Awesome. And then my buddy Bill had seen that I missed out on the pre-order for the Danzig Sings Elvis. I've been waiting for this for years. We've all been, if you're a fan of Danzig, we've heard about this for the last couple years, that he's going to release this. And then, of course, they drop it in the middle of this COVID crisis. And I just missed out on the pre-order. Of course, the first pressing, they did a black, a pink, and a green. And I really wanted the pink or the green, but I missed out, didn't end up getting it. So such is life. But knowing that my friend saw that I missed out on this, he sent me a copy, which I'll show here in a second. This is my black vinyl copy, which I actually have on the turntable. But man, Danzig did a phenomenal job on this this release here. He wisely chose songs that weren't the more upbeat or popular songs. If you're a hardcore Elvis fan, you know the majority of these songs, but he did himself a favor and picked songs that really suited his style well. He stayed true to the original arrangements, and I love this album. It is a fantastic album. So this is my black vinyl copy that I actually have on the turntable now, but this is what Bill had sent over. Just a beautiful green leopard print. It's got the Cleopatra Records. That's who actually pressed the vinyl. Thank you so much for this, Bill. I know you probably he watches my videos, but he doesn't make videos. So thank you so much for that, buddy. Yeah, that is awesome. Then I picked up this Jim Croce, The Faces I've Been. This is actually a Thailand press. This is one thing that I did actually pick up myself. I don't know why I had it in the VCLT stack, but I picked this one up myself. These Thailand pressings do sound great, and they're getting harder and harder to find. Of course, Discogs is blocking the sale of those when and if they can. Lastly, I want to show this one. I want to give a shout out to Kimbo. Kimbo watches VC videos. I don't think he makes VC videos. We're friends on Instagram. But Dana, Kimbo sent me this copy. He asked me if I actually had heard of Gene Rucker, and I had not, sadly. But this is Ring Her Bell and Nashville Picker. So this is from, I'm going to assume late 60s, very early 70s because of that sound. And this is a northeastern release. I'm going to say, somewhere in northeastern United States. But I do see a lot of these in Canada. But this is actually pressed in the U.S. Really good stuff. I was on a small independent label. A pretty pricey record too. It's on Chantel. Um, but he asked if I had this. He said he had a couple copies and was gracious enough to send me one. Great stuff, man. Very much along that classic country line that you would have heard in the late '60s, early '70s, and a welcome addition to the collection. Thank you so much for that, Kimbo. If you guys haven't heard of that, if you're a classic country fan, check it out. Hard album to find though. Got a lot of value to it. So guys, that's pretty well it. That's been my long-awaited update. I had a couple stacks of records that I needed to go through and show you guys. I know it's been a while, but I hope everybody's doing well. Hopefully we are over this curve and ready to get people back to work, ready to get our small businesses back open. If you're able to work from home, God bless you. Continue to do that as long as you can. But for those of us who aren't able to work from home and get draw some form of paycheck, my heart goes out to you. I hope you're able to get back out there and start working as soon as possible, as soon as safely possible. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. 27 minutes. I was able to keep it under 30. How about that? But thanks for always tuning in. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your comments and your friendship. It means so much. As always, guys, we'll see you next time. Take care. Peace.